Today on We Need to Talk, we cover part 2 of our crossbows with We Are the Worst. If you've not listened to the first episode, definitely do it. It is quite amazing. Also, listen to the episodes where they're on our show. They're also amazing, as well as every episode that we have ever produced. Yes, I'm saying this. Why? Because we need to talk. Now, we're going to get into them telling a story here about ghosts. Scary ghosts.
Well, technically, we're going to be opening up some shit in our story.
Well, yeah.
That's fine, because it's his house.
Yeah, it's your house.
Seance?
We are going to be inviting some spirits in.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay.
Might be interesting.
Aren't you moving soon anyway?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just open up a demon hall. It'll be fine.
That's why the closet's open and empty.
Oh,
There's
and that's why you don't
the
have
portal.
like the foam on the walls.
Yeah. We
and-
wanted a good, clean place for you guys to manifest a portal. Then we can just shut the doors and get the fuck out.
Perfect.
Great. Does anybody want to see us like do a seance? Not that we're actually going to do it.
I'm not gonna do
if
it.
you want to see it,
I'm
fuck
not gonna
off.
do it.
If you get to 50 paying subscribers on Patreon,
Maggie will do it. You can't get
If
me
we
to do
get
it.
50 subscribing patrons on Patreon, then we will do a Ouija board.
Do you guys have a Patreon?
yes.
What is it?
I don't know. Just look up our show.
Yeah, just
It's
look it
on
up.
there.
Just
no.
don't donate to the other one, please.
No, let's talk about your Patreon. Why? Why?
Why what?
Tell us.
Tell
What's
you
your
what.
Patreon?
I don't remember. It's like, just look up We Need to Talk and it's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, there's a button.
If you guys Google "We Need to Talk," you can find it.
I'm much better at promoting other people's shit than our own.
Okay, so I'm going
you're
to
the
assume
guest
there's
stars
stuff
here.
there.
I guess that's true.
We're very enthusiastic, and I know we're hitting your stuff, so I'm sorry.
No, it's your guys' show, so it's your audio quality.
It's true.
Yeah, and this is actually what Dreia does every episode.
Yep.
And I'm editing, and I'm like, why?
I can't sit still for the life of me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's great. Okay, cool. Well, are we ready for our story?
Nate, by the way, you're Hulkman.
Hulkman?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're a Hulk. He said the Hulkman looking so funny. And then he said Indians are good.
Okay.
Thanks, Russian man.
I don't know.
Then he said something in Russian. They need to be taken down.
Am I being made fun of or am I being hit on? Like,
Yo.
what's happening here?
I think it's a
Yeah.
little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Okay, so
Yo, you've always wanted to be called Hulkman. You told me that.
when?
You said
Yeah, when?
You said if I could have one nickname in this world, it would probably be the Hulkman. Because I'm looking so funny.
Yeah, that's right. Damn it.
You're a comedian, so like that's
Yeah.
funny. And you're Hulk.
I'm a
Like,
comedian?
yeah.
Oh, damn it.
We did a show at a comedy club, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Our show is branded as smart comedy.
Also, is swearing allowed on this? I'm pretty sure it is.
Fuck yes, it is.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
We are labeled explicit on iTunes.
I remembered some swears in the ones I listened to, I'm pretty sure, but sometimes I just put in swears in my head. Like,
Oh, yeah. No. We say what we want to say.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's why there's no structure.
There is structure. We have a structure.
I feel structured.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. We want you to feel safe and structured because this is a safe podcast.
This is a safe
to
space.
be yourself.
Well,
as long as yourself is, someone we like.
That's fair.
That's not true. We invite everyone.
No, we don't.
Well, I feel a
no,
little
we
bit
don't.
less better, but
No, we don't. We don't invite racists.
No.
We don't invite sexists.
But that's not what we're talking about today.
I'm talking about it every day. I'm talking about this shit all day,
we need to be
every
talking
day.
about it. We need to talk about it
Okay,
more.
guys,
Yeah.
let me discuss this with you super quick.
Okay.
For a solid hour, Maggie was nagging me.
Not nagging. I was just yelling.
Yelling and nagging.
Not nagging.
All the feminist words
nagging
at
is
me.
nagging is a different thing.
Is it something to do with...
Nagging is like trying to
Misogyny?
get you to do stuff. So
Well,
like
okay, fine. She was yelling at me.
Harping?
I was
Harping.
yelling about things that I was outraged about.
So I don't need it right now.
So you were venting
Yes.
at your friend
Yes.
who was not being receptive?
No.
I was...
She's
Oh,
very supportive.
Wow, we just dragged that out.
She's very supportive.
This is like
She
a
was very
reverse of last time
supportive.
when Nate and I argued.
Are you trying to put a wedge between
Oh
us?
my God.
I'm not.
Listen.
I'm trying to listen, sometimes you need to start conflict in order to resolve conflict. You bring it out in the open, you fucking talk about it, and then you solve racism and sexism live on your show.
No.
Oh my God, are we solving racism and sexism
We're
right
solving it right now.
I quit.
Oh my gosh.
Goodbye.
The first quitting of this episode. Great.
I haven't quit in like
This
6
episode.
months. I have not quit in 6 months.
One of
I
us
am
usually
done.
quits.
Okay.
I'm done.
So this is the last episode, guys. Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
So that's the story of the sake candy.
Thank you. That was
Thank
good.
you for coming to my
That was
TEDx
great.
talk.
That was really great. That was really fantastic. We would like to talk to you about the Winchester Mystery House.
Okay. Winchester.
As in
We're best
the
friends.
Winchester ghost. No, Winchester gun, not ghost.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
no,
gonna
I
say,
said
is it like
ghost.
the- is it
It's
like
not.
the gun?
It's not supernatural, but it's the gun.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Wait,
it
wait.
is supernatural, but
I
it's
was-
not like the show.
I was going to ask you to repeat what the name was and then ask how that's not supernatural. You said ghost?
Yes, no,
But
it's the
it's a natural
Winchester.
ghost.
It's the Winchester Mystery House. It is supernatural.
Okay.
But it's not like the show. Which are the-
Mystery House.
Yes.
That's a really fucking good tag. I love that.
Harry Houdini came up with it. Fun fact.
You know what? He's a great marketer.
He is.
He is a great marketer.
I would love to hire him, but he's dead.
Oh, did he? Is he the Winchester ghost?
No.
No.
Didn't he get punched in the stomach and died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
well,
what
that's
happened to him?
well, that's what the theory is. But there's
It's appendix
There's-
burst or something.
there's like rumors that it was an appendix or that he was poisoned because he was
Too magical.
he was well, no, it's not the magic. It was towards the end of his career, towards the middle end of his career, he decided, because spiritualism was such a big thing, that he was going to find all of these mediums and spiritualists that were frauds, because there were a ton. And he was this huge skeptic. So he would go and he would like reveal them for the frauds that they were. So he was getting death threats. He was getting like a bunch of people stepping in. Even the government got involved at one point. So there is a theory that he was actually poisoned because he kept revealing these people to be frauds.
And that was the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh, thank you. I love that. I remember you telling me something about that with Houdini and exposing psychics and shit.
Yeah, he did a lot of that, and he's kind of like the... I can't forget his name, but there's a guy who does that nowadays. Actually, a couple people that do it nowadays. But from what I heard of his death, I didn't hear about the potential poisoning, but he had this trick where people would punch him in the stomach.
Yeah.
And it's not...
He had to tense up his stomach in order
Yeah.
for it to work, but he got hit while he was not expecting it.
Right. The guy caught him off. Essentially a sucker punch, and, granted that it hit one of his organs, and that was what caused his death. But I'm also open to the conspiracy that someone, say, poisoned him, because that's also likely, because he was maybe potentially disrupting all people's money sources.
Yes, yeah, he was. And he had like a task force of people that would go to these mediums and reveal them. So he had like a bunch of people that were like, yeah, I'm into this. And they worked for him.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
James Randi's name I'm thinking of. He was he's like a magician dude, kind of like Harry Houdini.
Okay.
But he kind of did similar things, especially in the 70s and 80s. Like, he would come on these talk shows while people were doing these, scams, and then he exposed the scams.
Interesting. That's really cool.
That's the job that I aspire to have.
Exposing scams
Exposing
or a talk show?
scams. I cannot have a talk show. I'm sorry.
We already have a talk show.
Oh, we do have a talk. I quit.
To be fair, she did quit.
Thank you. I'm just
Yeah.
sitting here because I can't move past
she
you.
she did quit, but she's gonna be back next week.
Oh, okay.
So
Just
don't
keep crawling back.
So every episode you can market that the return of Dreia. Every episode.
One of us quits every episode.
Just about, but it's been Maggie usually.
It's been me mostly because I can't stick with anything.
The long-awaited return. Every week.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that was a good derailment.
Okay.
We have
cool.
those.
All right, Winchester Mystery House. My sources were winchestermysteryhouse.com, Atlas Obscura, Vanity Fair, All That's Interesting, Mental Floss, Wikipedia, and fieldandstream.com.
I have to add in Reddit, And other than that, that's most of mine too.
Perfect. Fieldandstream.com is because I know nothing about guns.
I think it's a little recursive to have the Winchester Mystery House.com reporting on the Winchester Mystery House, is it not?
Look,
It's a little
they've
biased.
got some good
It's not biased.
they've got some good information on it. And peppered in with come take a tour of the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
That's how they suck
you
in.
read you read the history, and then you read about Friday the 13th ghost flashlight tours.
Ooh, that sounds scary.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I kind of want to go.
I'm too scared.
No, you'll be fine. You're the high priestess.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, Sarah Lockwood Pardee was born in New Haven, Connecticut in 1839. She's super smart. She spoke 4 languages. She played 3 instruments. And she married William Wirt Winchester, who was the heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company.
All about that cash.
All about that cash. But she's also from, like, wealth and shit.
She had her own money.
She's like a debutante.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They built a home together in New Haven. They were like,
And that's Connecticut?
yes.
Yes.
They were like into building and renovating their home. Like that was what they did together as a couple. Lots of good times were shared during that period of time.
Short period of time.
Very short period of time because, well, first their daughter died.
Oh, boy.
Oh, but do you know what she died from?
It was a disease I didn't want to try to pronounce, so I didn't write it down.
It's Marimus.
Yeah, great.
Yep. It's a form of severe malnutrition.
Oh, so they didn't feed her?
No, it's something that even though she was eating, she couldn't consume like the calories in it.
Okay.
So it's the wasting away disease.
Oh, so like
Yeah.
her body was not processing her food correctly.
Yeah. That's kind of like Crohn's, right?
I have no idea. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a juris doctor.
Crohn's is the one that makes you go poop.
Yes. And you need a bag sometimes.
Sometimes we do some classy poop jokes.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, so Annie died at 5 weeks old of
Aw,
Marimus,
the sun didn't come out.
wasting disease.
wasting
No, she did not.
disease. No, the sun didn't come out for her.
Oh, that's really depressing. Could we not?
And then shortly after, William got tuberculosis. His father died first,
Yeah.
so he was the heir, and he got all the money. And then he died.
Got TB.
Yeah, because back then, you died when you got consumption. Tuberculosis. Also a wasting away disease.
Yes, it is, but
Interesting.
not as quickly as that wasting away disease.
Correct.
So everyone around her dies of wasting away disease. She sounds like a succubus. No?
That
What?
was such a great
I
laugh.
don't know if that was like the laugh of a succubus. It sounded like the call.
It's just the ghost in the background. Giggling.
Why? What made you laugh so hard at that?
Caught me off guard.
Okay.
It's like I didn't expect you to blame the person who's like suffering here. like oh
Yeah.
her
Like, this
child
poor
died.
woman.
Her
As a
husband
cis white
died.
male, that's my job.
It's like it's her fault. She's a succubus. She's sucking the life out of them.
You cisgendered scum.
I know, it's bad.
Well,
This isn't going to work for me, guys.
my understanding of Sarah was that she was actually a really, really wonderful human being.
Really? That's not what I got.
Oh,
Oh, I'll tell you about it, and you can tell me about what you got.
Okay, because she was eccentric, crazy
Oh.
banana pants.
Okay, so that's what a lot of the reports said, but she also refused to speak with journalists. She refused to have like guests in her home.
and what you got to hide?
The president actually was like
Oh, yeah.
interested in visiting her once,
Of the
and
United
she like
States?
yep.
She's sounding more and more like a succubus every.
Well, this is later. This is later on. So this is not while she's in Connecticut. This is well later on. But like after this, she became a recluse. But she donated a lot of money to charity anonymously. She built a hospital that she named after her husband. And she treated her servants like family so well. She treated her servants so well that when she died, they refused to speak with the press about her. There were no tell-all books. There was nothing. Like, they would not speak publicly about her.
And for the people who are listening, it was Teddy Roosevelt who visited her.
Oh, the one with the teeth.
Well, the one with the teeth. Yes. And he knocked on her door, and he waited basically 5 minutes, and she just never answered.
And he's like, okay, I'll go home.
That's basically it. He's like,
Rode his
well, I
horse back to
tried.
the White House.
I tried.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He was the football president, right?
We had this discussion before. He's not the one with polio.
Yeah. Because there was one that had polio, and there was one that had teeth.
He's the one with the teeth.
I thought teeth
FDR.
was. Go ahead.
Yeah, FDR was with polio, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because he was paralyzed. He couldn't
Yeah.
move around.
Yes.
And he had the
this was literally a conversation we had last week.
Teddy Roosevelt was the mustache.
Yes.
And-
And he had
he did
giant
football.
teeth. Giant
Okay.
fucking teeth.
Because when I think teeth president, I think like Washington.
Oh,
With
because
the
he
wooden
had
teeth.
wooden teeth.
Yeah.
And he chopped down that cherry
And
tree.
he chopped down that good cherry tree and got those cherry teeth.
Oh, great job, third grade history.
That's the one thing I remember of our first president was that cherry tree that he chopped down.
Motherfucker. He
That's
can't tell lies.
No, he's like, yeah, I fucking did it. Check the grill.
That's what you guys remember?
That's all I remember about George Washington. the
Okay,
first.
listen, you're a
Wait,
goddamn
whoa.
history major.
He
Don't
literally
even fucking
said,
come at us
okay,
like that.
let me just one thing. He literally said when he decided to end his presidency, I'm tired, I want to go home. That is a quote.
That's a
I'm
pretty good
tired,
quote.
I want to go home.
I feel like that is something I say every single day.
This is how we relate to George Washington.
That's like what I say at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning.
Like, I've been here for 40 hours. It's been like 30 minutes. Yeah, I know.
I'm tired, I want to go home.
Maggie, it's Monday. Chill out.
I know. This has been the longest week.
Oh my God, same. I don't know what the fuck it's been. Like it's a month. It's been a month.
So Washington's super hashtag relatable.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
that was my point.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Sarah's sad. She's
She's
devastated.
sad.
She's
Okay.
lost her whole family.
Can we talk about how filthy rich she is?
Yes, she inherited how much?
Oh, I don't even know.
$20 million and 50% of the shares of the Winchester Repeating Arms Company.
Ooh.
Talk about how much land she owns. I have that.
Oh, tell us about it because I didn't get that.
Okay, so she has 140 acres in Los Altos, California. She uses that as a ranch. She also purchased a farmhouse known as the Winchester Merriam House for her brother and her sister and her brother-in-law.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You can see it from here.
No, I thought you were talking about the house that she purchased that will become
No,
the.
I'm not going to talk about that. Come on now.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
that
Talk
dumb.
about the thing that we're going to talk about.
Come on now.
We've got to have some backstory and some history here.
Yeah. Yes.
You guys are much more thorough than mine. Mine was like 15 minutes of...
Sometimes
like-
mine are 15 minutes. Don't feel bad.
But I feel like when you're doing curses from colonial times, it's very hard to get a lot of information.
There were a lot of like conflicting reports too.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep. Oh, and she also had a boat,
Nice. What was it named?
Sarah's Ark.
Was it that big?
It was massive. Yeah, it was.
She lived on it at one point for a while.
She did.
Ooh, houseboat.
Yes.
And it was settled in San Francisco Bay at Ballgame, California.
Sure.
Yeah.
A lot of California.
Well, we're about
Okay.
to
Yeah, so
make our way that way.
Before she goes to California, she was into spiritualism because at this point, after the Civil War,
Yeah.
after the Civil War, spiritualism became a big thing, and people would go to mediums and psychics a lot.
They were bored.
It's not that they were bored; it's that they lost a fuck ton of people in the war, and they wanted to make sure that their loved ones were okay after they had died.
God, you're way nicer than me.
I will fight you. So she got into it and she started going to mediums and psychics. And there is kind of there's a lot of theories about the reason she went to San Jose. But the prevailing theory that I came across was that she went to a medium, and William Winchester came to the medium and told her from beyond the grave that she was going to be haunted by all of the spirits whose lives had been taken by Winchester rifles.
Oh,
It was a
that's
curse.
lot.
Yeah, and that all of the tragedies that she had suffered were because of the money that her family made off of these rifles.
But it was his family, not hers.
Yeah, but she married into it.
Yeah, but that's just
And his
marriage.
family's all
It's like-
gone. So she's
just
the
her.
last one.
Was this marriage like a voluntary marriage or was this
Oh yeah, they
arranged?
fell in love.
Okay.
They were in love for sure.
Okay. So a little more culpability than if it was like arranged or however that might work.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that worked back in the 1800s. Exactly.
No, I think it's a
think
little
that's
bit of
valuable.
both.
Okay.
Little column A, little column B. Like you're basically given options. Like, hey, these 3 men are, eligible for you. And so she picked, or whatever.
Apparently she picked
I'll go
wrong.
with the rich one.
I don't know their love story, but
That would be my choice.
but she wore black for the rest of her life.
Oh, there we go.
She was in mourning for the very rest of her life. And so William told her, like, these spirits are gonna fucking seek you out, and what you need to do is build a goddamn house and keep building that house, because the second you stop construction is when you're gonna die.
So she went to like a construction medium.
Yes, yeah. And the medium was like, let me give you some references and referrals.
She's like, and you have to use one of these.
Yeah. These guys are gonna make sure that you don't get killed by spirits.
Also, there'll be no blueprints, so it's fine.
Yeah, and also you have to pay them 200% of the going rate.
So they'll keep your secrets.
Yeah, exactly.
These are very demanding spirits.
Yes, they are.
They're
Specific.
like, I've outlined it all in this contract. If you'd sign here and here.
Yes. So yeah. It's a
Sounds
contract.
about right.
Okay.
So the house. She started building the house. She moved to San Jose.
Okay.
And at the time, San Jose was not populated. It was a very rural farming area. And she bought a 8-bedroom farmhouse that was in a little bit of disrepair, but like whatever.
There's some charm.
She's got $20 million. Who
8
cares?
bedrooms and it's just her?
Yep.
It's not enough.
And her servants
Oh, there we go.
that were her family.
You buy a shack first, and then since you have to constantly be building, right?
Yeah. So, well, she then built it out,
Okay.
and built it out, and there were never blueprints. She would just go to the construction workers every once in a while and be like, okay, so this is what I want. You do this. And
But it was sometimes guided by those seances.
yes, so there was, at one point, they had built up a couple of turrets at this house, and she would go to the south tower, the top of the south tower. And right now, nowadays, this room is called the Witch's Cap. So she would go to the Witch's Cap and conduct a seance, and then the next morning, she would come down and tell the construction crew what she wanted.
Now I'm just imagining the construction crew just living there.
So
It's just a family.
Well, no. So the construction crew, what they did was they broke up into shifts because construction was going on 24 hours a day, every day for 52 weeks a year for 38 years. Like they nonstop construction on this
lot of money.
house. It was a lot of money, and
5.5 million, right?
I don't remember how much she spent on it.
That's 5.5 at that time.
Yeah. So nowadays that's $3 trillion.
That's
She
a
should
lot of
know.
money.
During this time, she was still making income from the Winchester.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she's
Just stops.
basically getting $1,000 a day, which in today's money I think was $26,000 a day, just in income from Winchester
She's got that
rifles.
Bezos cash.
She does. She's got that fucking Bezos cash.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
He's
Jeff
the owner of
Bezos?
Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, that's some walking around money right there.
So then she went up into the tower, and the spirits were like, "The spirits desire a vomitorium. Build it."
Yes,
And then
exactly.
she came down the next morning and was like, "Gotta get the puke room."
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So the way it was built is so fucking weird. There are stairs that go nowhere. They just go right into the ceiling. There's doors that go nowhere. There's one door that opens up to the outside, and it's a 22-foot drop. So you have to be careful of that.
Makes sense.
This is like an Escher-esque
Yeah.
Yes.
building.
Yeah, and she would just constantly be building onto it. So there would be, and she wanted a lot of natural light, so there's a lot of windows. So she would build onto it so that the doors or the windows on the exterior would just be looking into other rooms.
This is like a troll house.
It's bananas. There's secret passageways, like crazy.
Okay, that's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had some closets that were built that were like only 1 inch deep.
But there were also closets that would open up to 30 other rooms.
Yes. Yeah. There's like, it's crazy. There's there was a set of cabinets that went through the whole house, that you could just crawl through the cabinets and get to another part of the house.
I would have so much fun. Like, imagine imagine how fun that would be to like have unlimited money and you have to always be building on your house. So you're like, what the fuck am I gonna? Okay, make a door that opens up to another door that opens up to a window. Like,
Yeah.
that's how you look out the window. Gotta open the doors.
There's original Tiffany stained glass
Okay.
all over the place.
Yeah.
So
Do you talk about the numbers?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
She was into technology. So the house had elevators.
Okay.
Because this is in like the late 1800s, early 1900s. So the house had elevators. It had a complicated heating system. It had hot running water, which was unheard of at the time.
What's a complicated heating system mean? Like a coal that fires up electric?
They probably had like a boiler.
Uh-huh.
Like, not like wood stove.
Those
Oh, I
coiled,
see.
steamed.
Yeah. So it had
Whatever
like
those are.
like more modern.
I'm just imagining like a Rube Goldberg machine that ends up heating the
Oh, it was
house.
high
Like,
efficiency.
Complicated
Steam
thing.
powered.
high efficiency steam powered. I love this.
See, I went
Solar.
to like the 13 Ghosts situation, that movie with the 13 ghosts and
Their
they're
own thing.
the thing and they're running around and that's what's warming up the place. You've never watched it and you have never watched it.
I've never
Clearly
watched
you
it.
and I are in the
Oh,
same
yeah.
wavelength.
No. I don't like scary movies. Yeah, so they also had push button gas lighting,
Ooh.
which is very fancy for the
You mean
time.
like lights, like that.
Yeah, so it was
illuminate the room.
gas lighting, but instead of, going with a match and lighting
Yeah.
it, you could just push a button.
That's
That
really
seems
cool.
dangerous though.
Yeah, before the light bulb, so they
Yeah.
needed some sort of.
Yeah, so so that was weird. That was one of her eccentricities, is that she was into technology, because back then it was women shouldn't have been allowed to like technology.
Mm-hmm.
Women shouldn't know this.
Mm-hmm. She
Witchcraft.
didn't need to know it. She just needed to snap her fingers and make it
Yeah,
happen.
but she was like into it. She like
Yeah.
learned about it and stuff. So by the time she died in 1922, the home had 161 rooms, 47 fireplaces, 40 bedrooms, 10,000 panes of glass, 2 basements, and 3 elevators, and 1 bathroom. And then I wrote that as just a joke, but then I found out it literally had 1 working bathroom. There were 13 total bathrooms,
I
but
just
only 1
registered.
was
You
working.
said 1 bathroom.
That sucks.
Yeah.
How did she have more basements than bathrooms?
So she had 13 bathrooms, but only 1 would work because she wanted to dissuade the spirits from haunting the bathroom spigots.
Okay. So it's like
You
you only got 1.
Yep. So
Logistically, how do you have 2 basements?
I
Maybe
think
she split
there
it
were
in
like
half?
sub basements. Like there was 1 basement, and then you got stairs, and
There
there
was a double basement.
That's cool.
I'm not sure, but that's what I'm picturing in my
A
mind.
basement within a basement.
I kind of just imagine maybe there's one part of the house has a basement and there's another part of the basement, but those two aren't
I
connected.
think that's logical, and I think you're probably correct. But I really like basementception.
I kind of
Yeah.
like double basement.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I wonder how accessible that 1 bathroom was. Like the one where
Probably not.
was it like
it
within,
had 13
like, hidden?
doors.
Yeah, right.
There's a bookcase for some reason. You have to pull the correct book to get into it. There's thousands of
Yeah,
doors. Yep.
And
Sarah
is that
was,
one book Everyone Poops?
Yes, yes, it's a great book.
It is.
Sarah was obsessed with the number 13. So a lot of the windows in the house had 13 panes. There were a lot of the ceilings had 13 panels in the ceilings. And the 13th bathroom, and I don't know if this is the one that works or not, but the 13th bathroom had 13 windows or something. Like, she was just... So 13 is a theme throughout the house.
Okay.
Which
that
was
was a
fun.
superstition, or was that like a...
That was just...
a design
I think
choice.
she just liked the number 13.
That was her favorite
It
number.
was just a quirk of her.
Okay.
Of Sarah.
Because she's a little eccentric.
Yeah.
Smidge.
Just a smidgen.
Just a little eccentric.
But something about the basement, they had a floating foundation, is what it was called.
Okay.
Which I don't understand, and I didn't understand the explanation, so I'm not going to explain it.
Okay.
But because they had a floating foundation, there was an earthquake in 1906, and instead of demolishing the entire house, it only caused damage to the south turret and the front of the house,
Interesting.
which in her lifetime, Sarah never rebuilt.
Okay. So it has been rebuilt since, is the implication there?
Recently, like within the last 5-10 years, it has
2006.
been... Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was rebuilt, and now guests can actually enter the front door.
Oh.
And the front door is set in for whatever reason.
Oh,
too?
it's just off. It's off center, so you have the gable above it, and the front door is just a little off center from the gable.
Just enough that you can
That would
notice
drive me
it.
nuts.
Yeah.
Not the rest of the house, just the door.
What a troll.
It kind of plays into her eccentricity.
Fair.
Was it 13 inches to the right?
Probably.
I hope so.
There was 13 step stairways as well. Which I think the standard is 14 steps
Okay.
on stairs.
Okay. So she had like a higher rise between each one
Yeah.
to make up for it.
9
Yeah.
inches.
And some of the stairs
Oh, did you just make that up?
No.
Oh.
I do know that because I had it on my
some
notes.
of the stairs had different risers as well, so they were like lopsided stairs.
Why do you have the most complete notes? Humanly, like, are you looking at? There weren't blueprints, so
There was no blueprints, but someone wrote a blog post and had measurements, and I went, fuck yeah, we need to know about this.
It's probably gonna come up how tall the stairs were. And guess what?
It's really fun. It's really fun to know all this.
It wicked is.
It's a lot of fun facts, and it's now like a tourist attraction. It's a historical landmark, like a national historical landmark.
It's $21 to go visit, by the way.
I want to go see it
I want to go so bad.
And this is in California.
in
Yes.
San Jose, California. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to
that's-
do the ghosts?
I was
Because
about to
I don't
say.
like the ghosts.
Yeah, that's where I come in.
I was
So this is
definitely gonna
my
ask when the ghosts
part.
come in.
So besides the seances, and apparently the ghosts that she's trying to hide away from, so since the house has been open in the public, there have been footsteps, banging doors, some weird mysterious voices. I guess windows, you can see people through the windows, whatever visible windows there are. Sometimes the windows shatter.
Just randomly?
Just randomly.
That's terrifying.
Crack.
Because I was reading, everything I came up with was like, they're benevolent ghosts. They're really nice.
They're not. Except for Clyde. Clyde is like the man.
Clyde is a gemstone. I love Clyde.
Wait, how many are there? 13 ghosts?
I wish. Oh man, that would be perfect. But no.
No, there's actually 700.
Just about. So Clyde, and we'll put these photos up. So Clyde was a farmer or gardener. There was like
He
a
was a
couple different
servant.
versions.
He was a servant.
Okay,
of
fine.
sorts.
He was a servant.
He had a great mustache.
Like one of those awesome twisty ones. Like
Thick.
perfect.
We're being serious. Okay, I thought you guys were riffing, but okay, there's a natural Clyde here.
There's an actual
Oh,
Clyde
okay,
here.
okay. I thought you guys were being sarcastic for a second, and then just
You were like, who the fuck is Clyde?
okay.
Was there an Inky, Blinky, and Pinky as well?
No, just Clyde.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Clyde, but he likes to repair that fireplace.
He does. So he's in the basement. He's one of the basements that you can have access to. And one of the employees were walking down the stairs and he saw him and he's like, oh, must be, I don't know, someone down here fixing the fireplace that is there. And then I guess some other people who were doing tours saw him and they're like, no, that's just Clyde. That's just the ghost that lives in the basement named Clyde. But he's cool. Like,
some of the
cool.
guests that go on tour will be like, we really love that actor that is in the period clothing that's fixing the fireplace or pushing the wheelbarrow. And they're like, the people that own it or the, tour guides are like, the fuck are you talking about? We don't have an actor.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Clyde.
It's just Clyde.
What if it like is a guy, like a guy though, that just like lives there?
And he's
fucking
convinced
everyone.
everybody that he's a ghost.
Yeah.
He's like, don't mind me, I'm just a ghost.
But I want him to say, I'm Clyde. Like, he has to.
He just goes up to the guests. He's like, hey, I'm Clyde. What's your name?
Come here often. Like, is he hitting on him? I don't get this.
I'm Clyde, and I like fireplaces.
How do you feel about 1800s fireplace?
Real good. Real good. Clyde, you and me, let's go somewhere. Let's go somewhere quiet where we can talk.
It's like, I got just a place. It's in the second basement.
Never go with Clyde to a second location. Or the second basement.
That's fair. That's really good advice.
So anyway, sometimes while people are on tour, they could feel their clothing being tugged on.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like scratches in their back. And when they've walked out of the tour, there will be some scratches in the back.
I hate this part. I hate it so much.
That's
I'm
scary.
so crawly now.
I'm sorry, I have more. So, there are more. One, a trespasser, I guess, came into the building after hours. He was searching around the roof. And as he was, I don't know why he was on the fucking roof.
What? No, I thought it was they heard footsteps. One of the people that worked there heard footsteps.
No, that's
leading
my
up
next
to
one.
the roof.
No, that was my next one.
Okay, well, I'll fight you.
So-
Okay, you can fight me.
So a burglar broke in,
Was trying
went to the roof to steal
Because
shingles?
that's where
Like,
the valuables were kept on the roof.
Valuables were in the attic.
It's an old 1800s tradition.
Oh, in the second attic?
Yeah, in the second attic, which was also open to the elements and also covered in shingles.
Okay.
So yeah, there was just like all of Sarah's jewelry littered about, urns and golden chalices.
Those valuable urns?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Priceless Ming Dynasty vases.
So I'm assuming this is tongue-in-cheek. Okay.
Oh, I'm making this up.
Yeah, but you also said Clyde, so...
No, Clyde is real.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
See, I don't know what to believe right now.
Okay. Just don't believe anything ever that I say because most of it is a lie.
Okay.
Truth.
Okay.
uh-oh.
Oh.
Can we believe that?
No,
don't know.
Really
no,
good
you
point.
cannot. She's
So-
a
One always
liar
tells
too.
the truth
I
and one
am.
always lies, so...
Which one is right?
We're both liars. Surprise!
So, anyway, to continue on with the ghost stories.
Yeah, he was on the roof.
Let's go
stealing-
back to me.
Back
me.
to you.
Thank you. So I'm just going to skip over that. So excuse me. There was a beautiful stained glass.
She's not even going to look at me.
No.
I'm just going to skip over that. You realize that's a human, right?
Oh, it's okay.
Do you see how she treats me?
Yep. So there was beautiful stained glass windows in the mansion. And one of the historians was like convinced that this was an original Bohemian.
Show me. Bamey.
Bamey.
And that's the historian. The historian's name is Bamey.
Thank you. I thought it was the... You're screwing me up.
I'm trying to help you.
No.
That one actually sounded helpful.
Because I came across that in my research too. I just chose not to name him
That's
because well, I don't want to say why.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Why? Why didn't you want to...
I had a professor with that name and I hated that professor.
Uh-oh. Call him
Okay.
out.
All right, well, we'll get rid of that part. So,
Oh, we just fucking said it on Facebook.
yeah. Oh, it was the Pacific American Decorative Company.
Yes, that's the correct thing.
Okay, apparently that was really famous.
And then they found
They found the... Why don't you just do my job?
No, I'm not going to do it.
You just might as well fucking do my job.
I'm not doing it. I'm done.
You might as well just do my job.
This infighting is great.
This is why we don't like to share stories sometimes. It's not true. We love sharing stories for this very reason.
So in the past, what we did when we shared stories is we broke them up and
was
said,
smart.
like, you research this portion and I'll research this portion.
Isn't that what you guys did? You did all the Sarah stuff,
Nope.
and then you did all the ghost
No,
stuff.
no.
that's how
We
it's been so far.
freestyled it.
Okay. Restyled. I love this.
But I'm a steamroller.
Uh-huh.
What? You?
I am well aware of who I am.
I know it. So, go ahead.
Please continue. No,
you
I
sure?
didn't. No.
Okay, so
This is called chemistry, Nathan. We should think about getting some of this.
our horoscope said that our chemistry is through the roof. Our intimacy, we need to stare at each other's eyes, which we think is a staring contest, but I'm pretty sure it meant something else.
Oh yeah, we connected our horoscopes so that we can look at like
is-
how we connect and stuff.
Connected our horoscopes?
On CoStar, there's an app called CoStar where you
Okay.
can get your daily horoscope, and it does your chart, your horoscope chart. So like
Natal chart, whatever.
natal chart,
okay.
whatever it is. And so like I don't know. I know I'm a Capricorn and that's my sun sign, but like my moon sign I think is Aries or Pisces.
It's an Aries.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thank you for knowing more about me than I know about myself. But because we're friends on
This
CoStar,
is the detailed shit that I remember.
because we're friends on CoStar, it tells us like when we're compatible and stuff. And
Clearly, we're
and
compatible.
so yeah, it's been telling Dreia that she and I are having a very close, intimate relationship right now, and we need to stare into each other's eyes more often. We tried, and I won. I fucking won that.
I won intimacy. I won it. Me.
I was treating it as a staring contest, and Dreia got uncomfortable.
That's, you know what? That's fair.
So,
We're
They
soulmates,
found-
but without sex.
without saying.
Did he find anything on the roof?
So,
Or did they catch him?
A Ming Dynasty
I'm
base.
trying to bring us back.
the trespasser. I
Yeah.
guess we will talk about the
Yeah,
trespasser.
let's talk about him.
The trespasser. Stare into my eyes deeply so you'll shut up. Thank you. The trespasser.
That's the first thing Nate said in like 20 minutes.
And this fighting is very entertaining, but this is like worse than me and Meader the other day.
That was brutal. That was brutal.
Oh my god.
But it's very entertaining, so keep going.
I love you.
I love you.
Aw, it just made it all better.
Yes, it did. So the trespasser saw a ghost in the window and he decided not to rob that house.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So did he get caught? Like, how do we know about this then?
I don't know.
If he's like,
It's all stories.
never mind, but I am gonna tell the public that I was trying to rob them.
Yeah.
And then decided not to.
He went to the police and then the press.
That's smart.
He turned himself in and then was like, I'd like to call a press conference. I'd like to discuss what I saw when I was committing this crime.
It was Clyde.
And then it was Clyde. It was Clyde. And then he pleaded not guilty at his trial.
I saw him in the basement window. And don't say that there's no basement window because there probably was with her.
There's so many fucking windows. There's a window in the basement looking into dirt.
You know how there's skylights? This is like a ground light. Letting light into the basement.
You're giving some ants some light to
Yeah.
see what they're doing.
It's just a little ant farm.
Ant farm in the wall. Ew.
It does sound pretty cool, like a basement window to see the dirt.
Oh, like a window, like in the floor of the, like in the
Yeah.
wall of
Yeah,
the
exactly,
basement,
yeah.
and it just is a dirt wall.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to see what dirt looks like underground. Because,
I
like,
wonder how
maybe
the
it looks
dirt's doing
different.
today. Go look out the window.
We can't do this anymore.
Do you quit again?
This is gonna be the most off the rails episode you've ever had,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
and I think that's saying something.
Because we're professionals. We're goddamn
Isn't that how
professionals.
this one started? We're professionals now. Hey guys, just want to let you know, you can only expect professional. That's how you used to open the episode.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how we
Super
usually...
professional.
Yeah. And Dreia is usually the one that keeps me on track.
I'm trying, but it's not happening this round. It's hard to wrangle in all three of you.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
fair.
I have the ducks in the pond, but you guys refuse to go into a row.
You're herding cats, is what you're doing.
I am hurting some
Cat
cats right
ducks.
now. So, back to me. They found stained glass, as I was talking about 50 minutes ago. And they wanted to know where it came from. They thought it was from the American Decorative Company, Pacific American Decorative Company. They had no inkling. All of a sudden, they found this letter that was 125 years old that said, yes, this is stained glass from the Pacific American Decorative Company. So they think that the widow, Sarah, just like handed them that envelope.
They
Like,
manifested that shit.
They did. They got their rocks, manifested it, envelope.
Yep.
All right. So there was one guy who, there's many ghost stories, sorry guys. There was another guy who was working on the restoration project. He was working on the fireplaces where he did see Clyde. He kind of felt someone, after he saw Clyde, he kind of felt
Nope.
someone tapping like this.
Nope.
Like this.
Nope.
And just kind
Don't
of
touch me. Don't touch me.
Close your eyes, you can imagine it. It's
She,
okay if
she
you imagine
ran
Clyde.
her fingers down my
Well,
back.
that's what happened. So he was tapping, and he just like kind of ran fingers down his back.
I don't
And
like it.
When he
Don't like it.
pushed the hand away, like he actually physically felt the hand push the hand away, and he
Stop
turned
it.
around. There was no one there. A tour guide named Sarah, this is my last one, was doing the normal tour through the house. She had a normal group, probably like 9 to 10 people, and she just heard like a deep, heavy sigh just right next to her ear, like. So she looks around. She's like, well, it's probably one of my people who are following me on this tour. Once the tour ended, she went back to the same room. It was like one of the 13 bathrooms. And she heard the sigh again right next to her ear. And she had like goosebumps and she got really, really cold. And then the sigh happened again.
I have to leave. I have to leave.
What if it was just like pipes or something?
Probably. I
Like
mean, it
a,
was steam pipes.
draft in that room.
Yeah, could have
Yeah.
been cold, or maybe her ear was acting up.
Yeah. Or a ghost was really bored.
I can't. I
Yeah.
can't.
I mean,
can't.
when I'm dead, I'm going to be bored out of my mind. Why not?
I'm gonna die. Okay.
Do you want me to do the hand thing
Don't.
again?
No. Don't touch me.
It's just payback for running over my conversations.
Steamroller.
So that's the ghost.
That's the Winchester Mystery House.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's the mystery, though?
The rooms.
Oh, Harry Houdini went there like 2 years after Sarah died, because he's into debunking this shit, and so he went there with the hope that he was going to debunk it and be like, this isn't actually haunted, like nothing's wrong with this house. And when he left, he never said it's not haunted, but he never said it was. But he then was like, yeah, that is a mystery house. And he started like
Roll credits.
exactly
Piano music.
But then he like would clip newspaper clippings about the house and then send them to the owners because he was like fucking into it.
He's like,
so
you read this shit?
yeah, so I'm pretty sure he's like I'm endorsing this. This is haunted as fuck. And he coined the name Winchester Mystery House because it was originally named something Spanish that I practiced several times this morning saying, and now I've forgotten it.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
It starts with the two L's that
Which is
make
a
up.
Y.
Yeah.
Llama.
Yeah.
Yama.
Yum. Also, they're still finding rooms to this day. So the last room they found was actually 2006. And it was a room, like 6 doors going into a room. And that's why it took them so long to find.
Because they just never opened those doors?
Well, a lot of the
well-
places got sealed up.
Sealed. And there were specific keys,
Yeah.
too, that goes to those specific
They were all like
rooms.
skeleton keys and only one person had the key and blah, blah, blah. It was
It was Clyde.
Clyde.
God damn it, Clyde.
Did they check the fireplaces?
They should have.
They
Probably where
should
the
have.
keys
Yeah,
are.
because Clyde loves those fireplaces.
Yeah, he does.
one
He's
I
just
hear.
always fixing them.
So is this the part where we bring the ghost on?
No, I don't
be
want.
amazing.
I want to be done with the ghost.
You started off this episode by saying we're going to bring a ghost in here. Is
Yeah.
that okay?
No,
and Nate gave the blessing
Yeah,
to
the
haunt his
ghost-
soon-to-be not apartment.
So what happens is we talked about some ghosts. They're coming. They're on their way
Oh.
now.
You can
From
hear
California.
it like it's like a train in the background. Just
I hear it.
yeah,
It's great.
It's from me,
Sounds like a
whatever.
train.
Yeah, so we're gonna get out of here
Okay.
and leave you to the ghosts.
Uh-huh.
Enjoy it. Why don't you? Where can you find your podcast?
You can find us on Facebook.com/We Need to Talk Show.
Or we're at twitter.com/WNTT1. Or
We're on
what?
We're on.
We're talking over each other.
Yeah, I did one, and then you did one, and then I
Steamroller.
was doing one, and then you. That's called back and forth, Nathan.
Oh.
You know, there's this great article I should have you read. It's called "Passing the Mic."
Hold on. Let me pass the mic here.
Maybe
Ready?
you should read that.
It was written by a
joking.
great author named Nathan Pepin.
Rude.
And Nathan Pepin has a page.
Wait, you have your own Patreon?
Yeah, what is that Patreon?
I don't know. I think it's like Pepin or something like that.
Wait, you really do?
Yeah.
What do I get if I subscribe?
Well, you get exclusive access to my reactions.
Oh, wait, for real?
Yeah.
Because those keep getting taken down on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I started uploading them in Vimeo, then I gave up, but I'll give you the links to the ones on Vimeo that are available publicly.
Okay, I'm excited. I've
Great.
got a new place I can throw money.
Great.
Why don't we talk about your Patreon?
That was my Patreon.
No, your both Patreon.
Yeah, just go on Patreon and type in "We Need to Talk" and you'll find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so great. Is that all of your socials? And
They're not very
promotional?
good at promoting themselves, guys. They're amazing.
If people want to listen to us, just type "We Need to Talk" in anywhere, and you're gonna find us. And it's that
sort
easy.
of. When I looked at it, I found something else. So
Yeah, there's a couple of shows with that name. There's one that's like really old, but ours has an orange background and it has our faces as microphones.
there
Yes. Yeah. So if you find that, then you're in the right place. And if you want to find We Are the Worst on social media and online, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at We Are the Worst, the podcast. You can find us on Twitter at WATW_podcast. We have an email address and we would love to hear from you. You can email us at wehavebeentheworst@gmail.com. And finally, our Patreon. For $1 or more per month, you can get access to extra episodes every month, plus videos and whatever the fuck we feel like putting up there by going to patreon.com/wearetheworst.
And as a paying Patreon, I highly suggest it. Definitely worth $1 a month is nothing to get extra content from you guys. Definitely worth it. Highly, highly suggested. And you get to be a part of a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
immediately.
put that on your resume,
You
guys.
get to join the cat cult as soon as you subscribe.
Beautiful.
And thank you for becoming part of our cult officially.
I've been
officially.
honored.
See, the only problem with that is I can't become a subscriber then. Because if I have to join the cat cult, then... Or was it cat and dogs cult?
Listen, if you want to join the cat cult, you can, and it just means that you do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, so the cat cult includes the cat but not dog cult.
Correct.
Ah.
You can
It's
be a
inclusive.
cat person, you could be a dog person, you can be both. Like, we're very
But-
open-minded.
Can I be a cat but not dog person in this cult?
Correct.
Okay, I'm joining.
We're all inclusive.
Okay.
We're all inclusive.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Welcome to the cat cult.
Yes.
Great. Well, that's it for the show. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching the live episode. This episode will be coming out not this coming Tuesday, but next Tuesday. So get excited.
I'm absolutely jazzed. I am pumped and ready for this episode to come out.
I love the excited voice.
I'm more worried about how you're going to edit this.
It's fine. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be great.
That's actually my payback. I don't
Yeah.
have to do anything.
Dreia likes to fuck with me by making me edit shit.
That's fair. That's usually Nate's job, so.